There is a vine that likely grows in your neighborhood right now. It is a stunning display of nature. Cascades of electric purple flowers, vibrant violet pods, and lush heart-shaped leaves that seem to dance in the wind. Gardeners in Europe and America plant it purely for decoration. They admire its beauty, they photograph it, but they never touch it. Why? Because they have been told a terrifying half-truth. They have been told that this plant is a weapon, that inside those beautiful purple beans lies a chemical defense system, cyanogenic glycosides, the precursors to cyanide. And yet, for 3,000 years, this poisonous vine has been the difference between life and starvation for millions of people across Africa and India. While the modern world sees a threat, the ancient world saw a miracle. What if I told you that this single vine is not a killer, but a lost supermarket? What if I told you it provides not one, but 4 separate food sources from a single root system? What if I told you its leaves contain more iron than spinach, and its beans pack more protein than almost any vegetable in your garden? They call it the hyacinth bean, the lablab, and it is the most misunderstood plant in history. Welcome to Ancestral Garden. To understand the tragedy of this plant, we must open the archive of history. We travel back to the arid landscapes of ancient Africa and the dry plains of India. Here the sun is relentless, wheat withers, rice fails, the soil cracks like broken pottery. But in the middle of this desolation, one vine remains defiant. The lablab bean does not just survive drought, it thrives in it. For millennia, it was known as the poor man's meat, a title of honor, not shame. It meant that when the wealthy ran out of grain, the humble survived on the purple vine. But this was not just peasant food. The archive shifts to the rolling hills of Virginia in the United States. The year is 1812. At Monticello, the estate of Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd President of the United States, this vine was given a place of honor. Jefferson, a man obsessed with botany and agriculture, planted the lablab bean in his nursery. He didn't just see a pretty flower, he saw potential. He saw a crop that could feed a new nation. Throughout the 19th century, seed catalogs in Paris and Philadelphia sold it eagerly. It was a culinary staple, a vibrant addition to the dinner table, celebrated for its nutty flavor and nutritional density. It was respected, it was valued. So how did we get from the dinner tables of presidents to the do-not-eat lists of modern gardening blogs? How did a superfood that sustained civilizations for 3 millennia suddenly become a poisonous weed? The answer lies not in the plant, but in us. The villain of this story is not a person. It is not a corporation. It is a concept. It is called convenience. In the mid-20th century, the world changed. Food was no longer something you grew, harvested, and patiently prepared. Food became a product. It had to be fast. It had to be instant. It had to be ready to eat straight from a tin can. The industrial food system asked a simple question. Can we harvest this with a giant machine? For corn and soy, the answer was yes. For the lablab bean, the answer was no. This vine is wild. It climbs, it twists, it refuses to grow in neat, obedient rows for a combine harvester. But its greatest crime was its chemistry. The lablab bean demands patience. Because of its natural defense system, those cyanogenic glycosides, it cannot be eaten raw. It requires the human touch. It demands to be boiled, the water drained and boiled again. To a generation raised on microwaves and fast food, this simple act of cooking became a burden. We became lazy. We forgot the ancient code. And when you forget how to process a plant, you start to fear it. We labeled it toxic. We pushed it out of the vegetable garden and onto the fence line. We reduced a survival superfood into a mere decoration. We traded nutrition for speed, and in doing so, we lost one of the most versatile plants on Earth. But science does not care about convenience. Science cares about data. And the data is undeniable. Modern nutritional analysis has vindicated the ancients. When you look at the Lablab bean under a microscope, you don't see a weed, you see a nutritional powerhouse that puts our modern supermarket vegetables to shame. Let's dismantle the fear. Yes, the mature beans contain toxins, but this is not a flaw, it is a feature. It is nature's way of protecting the protein inside from pests until humans arrive. The antidote is not a complex chemical, it is heat. That's it, thermal degradation. Boiling water breaks the cyanide bond, rendering the bean perfectly safe and delicious. Once you unlock that door, you don't just get a bean, you get 4 distinct foods from a single vine. First, the leaves. Forget spinach. Spinach is fussy, it wilts in the heat. Lablab leaves thrive in the scorching sun. Nutritional studies show these leaves are packed with iron, essential for blood health, and magnesium. They are a free, renewable source of greens that grows back faster than you can harvest them. Second, the flowers. Those beautiful purple blossoms, they are 100% edible, raw. They are crisp, sweet, and perfect for salads, no processing required. Third, the young pods. Before the beans mature and the toxins form, the young, flat pods are harmless. Harvest them early and they are indistinguishable from snow peas. Stir-fry them, steam them, they are crunchy and rich in vitamins. And finally, the mature bean, the vault. Once properly cooked, these beans are a dense source of protein and complex carbohydrates. They are the reason civilizations survived famines. They are filling, earthy, and savory, like a cross between a lentil and a kidney bean. One vine, leaf, flower, pod, and bean. A complete nutritional system that requires 0 pesticides and actually improves your soil by fixing nitrogen. We were wrong to fear it. We should have been respecting it.
So, the choice is yours. You can continue to buy spinach that traveled 2,000 miles to reach your plate, wrapped in plastic, losing nutrients by the hour. Or you can plant a single seed of the Lablab bean. This is the ultimate survival crop. It asks for nothing. It does not need fertilizer. It makes its own. It does not need daily watering. It laughs at the drought. While your neighbor's delicate lettuce withers in the summer heat, this vine will explode with color and abundance. It creates a vertical wall of food, privacy, beauty, and sustenance all in one. But to reclaim this abundance, you must reclaim the discipline of the past. You must respect the rules of the harvest. Here is the code of the Ancestral Garden. If you want convenience, pick the pods young, flat, tender, and green. Eat them like snow peas. If you want protein for the winter, let the beans mature. Let them turn purple and hard. But then you must pay the price of time. Shell them, boil them vigorously, drain the water, rinse, and boil again. It is a simple ritual. It is the ritual that kept our ancestors alive. In a world that is fragile, where supply chains break and shelves go empty, the Lablab bean is a symbol of resilience. It reminds us that nature provides everything we need, but it does not serve us on a silver platter. It demands our attention. It demands our respect. Don't look at the purple vine on the fence as just a flower. Look at it as a pharmacy. Look at it as a pantry. Look at it as freedom. The knowledge is not lost. It is right here, waiting for you to dig the soil. I am your host. This is Ancestral Garden. See you in the next harvest.